Hello, my babes. Guess what? I figured out how to use the microphone. Oh my gosh! I finished. Ooh, I can't even speak. I'm so excited. Calm down. Oh my gosh! I figured out how to use the microphone, and for our first video using the mic, I want to I want to tell you about 10 communication styles that you should stay away from. If you want to be a better communicator, you should stay away from these 10 communication traits. And I'm going to try to knock through them, try to power through them as fast as I can because it's a lot. If I speak on each one for a minute, it's going to be a 10-minute video. But this video is going to be as long as it needs to be, as short as it needs to be. So let's get into it. Numero uno, immediate justification. Explaining yourself before anyone asks. So that sounds like, but nobody's asking why I did what I did. Everybody's just looking at what I did, but nobody's asking why. I did that because, let me explain why. This is coming from a place of being misunderstood, and you are communicating to the person that you don't have a good reason. That's what you're communicating. And you don't know how to articulate what you are trying to say. That's what you're explaining. When you jump immediate justification, that's what you're saying. Over explaining, that's number two. Adding more and more detail to try to feel safe. This sounds like long backstories, repeating the same points in multiple different ways. It's not a good look. More words doesn't equal clarity. It doesn't equal understanding. All more words does is give the person more ammo to use against you, to listen to everything you said, take something out of context, flip it, reverse it, and serve it back to you and get you even more in a half and a tiz. Number three is defensiveness. Responding as if you are being accused. I never said that. That's not what I meant. Okay, thus it closes the conversation down, like in the worst way, not in the best way. It closes the conversation down in a way that the other person can see that they're not going to get through to you. Doubling down. Number four is doubling down. Repeating your point more forcefully instead of checking understanding. So they can be like I said. It's like you just don't listen. Here we go again. We've already been through this. I've already explained that. Volume, saying something more loudly, repeating yourself more times, tells the other person that you're feeling stressed out. That's what it tells them. It tells them that you aren't in control, that you aren't leading yourself, that your emotions are leading you. And that's something that you want to stay away from. Minimizing. When people say you're overthinking, you're overreacting, it's not that deep. Like, seriously, can you just get over it already? Why are we still here? Why are you still talking about this? Minimizing the issue, shrinking the issue to make it disappear. It never works. It's never going to work because, okay, it's going to go away now, but in the future, it's going to pop up worse than before. And what you are communicating to that person in the moment is that you don't know how to deal with whatever is in front of you right now in a way that preserves everybody's dignity. Tone focusing instead of focusing on the content, on what is being said. Paying more attention to how something is said than what is being said. It sounds like you didn't have to say it like that. Or can you calm down? Do you have to carry on like that? This is used when the message that you are getting makes you feel uncomfortable. And that is when you say this word, that's what you're communicating to whoever you say these words to. I am uncomfortable. I don't know how to handle what I'm hearing right now. So you need to change the way that you're speaking for me to continue. It's not a good look. Deflection. Shifting attention away from the topic. And it could sound like, yeah, but what about ... What about the way that she was looking at me? I didn't have another example to use at the moment. If you know, you know. That's not what other people do. So you do that, but I've never seen anybody else do that before. That is avoidance. It doesn't take away from the issue. All it communicates to the person is that you can't take accountability, that you don't have the concept of being a leader, that you can't engage in the topic, see it for what it is, and unravel the knot that is the conversation in front of you. That's all it demonstrates. Number 9, binary framing. Turning a conversation into sides. Either you're for me or you're against me. Either you love me or you hate me. Either you're over here or you're over there. That's the way it is. Most conversations, I wrote down here, most conversations don't need to have a winner. That's what I wrote down. And if you frame it that way, this side or that side, then there can only be one winner. And I've told you before, and I'm going to tell you again, stop trying to win. Your aim in conversations, in tough conversations, your aim in tough conversations shouldn't be to win. Your aim in tough conversations should be to look at how can I bring my point across in a way that doesn't make the other person feel attacked, that gets my point across, helps them to see themselves the way that I see them, and that way we both move forward with something that works for everybody and not a you win or I win situation. Number 9 is public posturing. Speaking for everybody in the room. Like, when people say, and I feel that I'm going to speak for everybody that's here, or I'm going to speak for all the mothers, or I'm going to speak for all of a certain group of people. You turn yourself into a spokesperson, and you start talking over other people, and you start interrupting people, and you start dismissing concerns publicly. That is performative confidence. We actually need to go into confidence. What is confidence, and the kinds of confidences that you get. That's a good topic that we can speak about. I've had it on my mind for a while. Back to the topic at hand. This kind of tactic, posturing, is more about control. It's more about control. And it's less about connecting with the person that you're speaking to or the group of friends that you're in. And then number 10 is narrative rewriting. Reframing events so they feel softer, so they feel safer. That's not what happened. You don't have the full context. You don't know everything. If you're not careful, you can come across as someone who is gaslighting. So those are my 10 character traits of bad communication that you should try to stay away from if you want to be a better communicator. That's all from me for now, my babes. Thank you for listening to the audio on our new mic setup. I will see you in my next one, okay? Bye.